a roller coaster ride, stretching time, the ascension journey. Those are just some of the things Metatron wove into October's message, which is a bit of a roller coaster ride itself, concluding with an explanation of how your DNA is being recalibrated right now. Well, that explains a lot. Hi, I'm Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, bringing you the October 2021 forecast from Archangel Metatron. Metatron begins. The forecast for October is lukewarm. It's a mixed bag, some good, some not so good. Through it all, we encourage you to focus on maintaining your equilibrium. Now is not the time to let down your guard, lest you tilt off path and become lost in the weeds. There are plenty of weeds to get lost in. Redouble your efforts to be present in the moment, as there remains a great deal of shifting sand in your near-term future. Should your fellow passengers on the good ship October 2021 decide to rock the boat, we say disembark at the soonest opportunity. They are not your shipmates, and the sooner you part ways, the better. Now is the time to shore up your support system. If you're unsure whom you can rely upon during stormy seas, now is the time to do some soul searching. Compare actions with words. That is your bellwether determinant. We caution you to leave emotion out of this equation. Make this evaluation black and white. Sure, a person might have a mismatch now and then, but if their actions consistently do not match their words, then you do yourself a great disservice should you continue to interact with that foul energy. For foul it surely is. Sulfurous as rotten eggs. And what do you do with rotten eggs? Proceed accordingly. Do not fret should your shipmates dwindle down to a precious few. Better to have few compatriots upon whom you can rely than find out in the midst of a crisis that you've hitched your wagon to the betraying kind. Mixed metaphors, you say? Ha, we say. We use the tools at our disposal to make the most compelling case so that you might make the most informed choices. Always we seek to bring further clarity so that you might feel confident and trust our guidance. We have only your highest well-being in mind. You may find that October feels like a very long month as you remain present in the moment, evaluating everything, taking nothing at face value. Now is the time to exercise more care, for there are a great many wolves in sheep's clothing. October may feel like it stretches on forever, but that would be an illusion. However, it does present a learning opportunity for you to observe and understand how you might stretch time at will. Being present in the moment, minute by minute rather than hour by hour, or even day by day, causes time to expand so that you will find you're able to accomplish much more than usual in a relatively short time period. Let that sink in. Now you're getting the picture. We've just handed you a superpower, the ability to stretch time. Use it liberally on your soul journey, for there's a great deal to accomplish in a relatively short time. This is the key to unlock acceleration on your ascension journey. You'll create more space for spiritual growth without cutting corners in your regular responsibilities. We encourage you to give that gift to yourself, and by all means, share with your fellow sojourners. Now is the time to look out for your fellow sojourners, offering encouragement and support to those who are also on the awakening path. Yes, October is a big month, much opportunity to accelerate consciousness expansion, or equally much opportunity to veer off path and find yourself enmeshed in some sticky wickets from which you may find it near impossible to extricate yourself. Spiders have to eat too, so it would be best to avoid turning yourself into delectable delicacies for them. Focus on your ascension path, and they won't give you another thought because you will not be an energetic match for what they seek. I replied, my Metatron, that's an awful lot of doom and gloom. What else can you tell us about October? Is it likely the pandemic will begin winding down so that we might resume some version of normal life? Metatron responds, I regret to say no, that time has not yet come. You would be wise to continue practicing sensible safety precautions. Now is certainly not the time to let down your guard. After all this time of living with constraints, it would be folly to throw caution to the winds and place yourself in the path of unnecessary risk. You will most assuredly emerge from this troubling period, stronger and wiser, if you choose to continue your present third-dimensional journey. Do your best to avoid fretting and worrying over things which you cannot control. Take care of you whilst allowing and encouraging others to do the same. Being a sovereign soul means you are the highest authority over your life journey. Live and let live. Accept and allow. Walk your journey, not someone else's. You have already come far to be here at this place and time. You considered it an honor and privilege, not to mention quite exciting to incarnate at this particular time on Earth so that you might involve yourself at a personal level in the next evolution of humanity, as well as Gaia's ascension. You were quite intrigued at the imagined wild ride this process entails. In that regard, you are quite the adventurer, bravely volunteering to take part in this rare occurrence, diving in up to your elbows. You were excited at the opportunity of being up close and personal with transformational energy that's off the charts, positively stratospheric. I said, those are pretty broad generalities, Metatron. Can you give us any specifics of what to expect? Do you mean politically? Metatron replies, while it is wise to be somewhat versed in the politics of your time, it is unwise to allow them to distract you from the mission you brought to this life experience. We've already explained how you'll need to be laser focused this month in order to stay on track. Be wise, practical, and pragmatic. Evaluate choices through the lens of your purpose. Does this choice serve in the furtherance of walking your path, or does it distract or derail? Which do you think is the wisest choice given your stated goals? It may well take refocusing and recommitting to being present in the moment a dozen times a day when you first shift into this way of being. However, it will not be long until you develop more dexterity and find you're able to nimbly sidestep or leap entirely over emerging snafus as you focus on your path to the exclusion of all else. You might as well come to terms with the fact that some of your most cherished fellow souls already have or will choose a different path. The wise choice in that event is to bless them and let them go. It is not your job to change them, neither is it theirs to change you. Bless and move on. They may one day have their own awakening and then race to catch up with you. If so, you'll celebrate and welcome them. Meanwhile, do not sacrifice your efforts for someone traveling the opposite direction. Remember, there will be many more lifetimes after this one, and you can most certainly reconnect with them in a future life journey after the advent of Earthtopia. At that time, life will be an entirely different game, and we do mean game. Well, now that we have taken a sneak peek into October, it's time for you to assess where you are and how you plan to navigate the choppy waters you encounter. We've given you our assessment. The next move is up to you. Do your best to incorporate joy, wonder, and delight into each and every day. Grab that brass ring when it comes around. There's no shortage of brass rings. You may as well collect as many as you wish and joyfully use them in whatever way best suits your needs and desires. Avoid any tendency to hoard, lest you end up with stuck energy. Collect them, use them, and keep the glorious energy flowing. Always remember, you are creating your reality in each and every moment. If you don't like your results, then it is incumbent upon you to make new choices quickly. In this way, you may create the most out of the world, incredible journey that will cause you to squeal with delight. So it is, and so shall it ever be. I asked, so Metatron, are you saying if we follow your guidance through the challenges of October, that things like the pandemic will improve? Metatron responds, it is not quite that simple. This pandemic is like a wild roller coaster ride. Keep in mind that you are creating your reality. Will the roller coaster ride continue into the future? Perhaps, perhaps not. That future has not yet been written. Our advice is to do your very best in the present time, creating positive ripples as you move forward. This pandemic will run its course, for it too has a purpose. Creator has woven purpose into everything. Even the seemingly innocuous has purpose. Do not let yourselves be distracted by this expanded understanding. It simply is as you simply are. The question is, what will you do? Will you lean into your own purpose, contributing your efforts to fulfilling the prophecy? Or will you allow yourself to be distracted by those who chose a different path? We encourage you to regularly evaluate your choices, then tweak or discard those that are not in alignment with who you choose to be. In this way, you will find it much easier to stay on course and to achieve your goals. Be mindful of releasing people, places, and things that are decidedly not in alignment and have a tendency to pull you off your path, misdirecting your attention. Focus, focus, focus. That is how you capture the brass ring. It would be a wise practice to focus and recenter at least each and every day. Be vigilant lest you be lulled into complacency and drift off course, potentially derailing and crashing. We realize this may not be the message you hope to receive. Take heart. This part of the journey is fraught with disaster for some, but that need not be you, because you are part of something far bigger than yourself. It would serve you well to keep reminding yourself of that reality. You are fully capable of navigating even these shark-infested waters with ease from a state of alignment. That is why we keep beating the drum, reminding you to make alignment your highest priority. In your state of alignment, you can do anything, and you will not attract the predators who seek to sabotage and claim for their own those who dare to make a different choice. No, the future is not all sunshine and roses. It is perhaps the greatest challenge you as a soul have ever faced. Yet, you chose to embrace the challenge. You are ready, as are a multitude of other light workers who, along with the angels, will stand at your side to fulfill the prophecy. The days of being victimized because of your gifts are done. Stand tall and embrace your magnificent sovereign soul, tested and honed over many lifetimes to prepare you for exactly this time when Gaia ascends to fourth dimensional beingness, as do you. Your physical form is even now going through the growing pains of that shift. Do your best to relax and flow into and through this transformation, which includes recalibration of your DNA, a necessary upgrade for fourth dimensional life. Soon enough, the process will be complete, and the discomfort will fade from your memory as you enter the new golden age of Earthtopia. So you see, the struggles and challenges you now face are purposeful. The way must be cleared physically and energetically. Those who are not ready to ascend will exit for now. Allow them their choice without judgment, just as you wish they would do for you. Consciously choose flow and ease as you move forward on your joyously grand adventure of ascension and beyond. You are eternal, and there's always more. With that, the energy of Metatron rises and departs, leaving us with our thoughts. I hope you'll share yours in the comments below, because they'll surely help others, and that's how we're going to thrive in the days to come. There's a lot to unpack in Metatron's message, just as there will likely be in next month's message, along with all those in between. To make sure you don't miss any, Do yourself a favor and subscribe to get notified when a new message is posted. If you've missed any previous messages, you'll find them all here. Please share your thoughts and questions in the comments because you matter and being connected matters. Until next time, this is Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records.